Hey guys, Miss Biz here, feeling like a YouTuber today. I am here to help you with some of our reading lessons this week, so hopefully this video will be helpful to you and let me know if you have any questions. To get started, we're going to look at NTI Day 11, which is today, and the new topic we're learning about is comparing themes and topics. Now, we know about comparing and contrasting, right? Comparing and contrasting is telling the similarities and the differences. So, what we're going to compare is themes and topics and patterns of events and stories that we read. Now, remember, theme means the lesson that the character learned or the moral of the story that we can take away from what we read. So, think back to some of the stories we read earlier in this year where we found the theme. We found themes of treat others the way you want to be treated. Time is important, right? We learn lots of different themes. So, that's one of the things we're going to be comparing in two separate stories we read. Also, topics. We haven't hit this one a whole lot, but a topic is basically if you had to summarize what a story was all about and you could only put it in a couple of words, that would be the topic. And then pattern of events we know and we've done really well. That's the plot. So characters, setting, problems in the story, those types of things. Let's go ahead and take a look at today's reading lesson. We're going to be reading two stories, Anansi the Spider and Coyote and the Hen. When you read these, I would read the questions first. Those are always good things to do, right? So the first one's asking us about the topic. So here are three possible topics of both of these. So read what each possible topic could be. And as you are reading the stories, go ahead and mark off ones that don't make sense and choose the best answer for this one. Number 2 here is asking us about the theme for both of them. So it looks like they each have their own theme. And as you can see here, there are ands. So one could be about strength and the other could be about courage. One could be about truth, the other could be about happiness. One could be about dishonesty, the other could be about greed. So think about those as you read the story too. Now, numbers 3 and 4, these are helping us think through the events of the story, our plot. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 events listed for each story. You're going to number those in order from which event happens first to which event happens last. Number 5 is a question that I should have whited out, but I didn't. It's asking how a folk tale is like a fable. So I'm going to go ahead and give that away to you. Folk tales are like fables because they both have a moral or a lesson at the end of them. Here is where we're going to compare these stories. Now, at the bottom, in one of them, let's see, in one of these, as you can see with main characters, one of them talks about greed and one of them talks about dishonesty. So make sure that you list the stories correctly. The story that talks about greed is going to go right here. The story that talks about dishonesty is going to go right here, the titles of them. Setting. Remember, that's going to be not just where it happened, but when, past, present, or future. You could also tell me about the day, time of day it's taking place, and make sure you tell me where it happened. Main characters, you guys have been rocking it at knowing characters and their traits, so I know you'll do great at this part. List the main characters, and rather than telling if they're good and bad, give me some good character traits that they're having. And then in this one, you're going to tell me which one is really greedy and how you know that with text evidence. And on this one, you're going to tell me which one is really dishonest and tell me how you know with text evidence. Then in the conclusion, how the story ended. And each one, spoiler alert, someone got tricked. So you're going to tell me who got tricked and you're going to tell me how. That's for today's. Tomorrow is exactly the same as today's, but you're going to be reading two different stories. Perseus and Medusa, that's a familiar one, and Thor's Mighty Hammer. The next day, Thursday, you guys are going to be doing the same thing again, same types of questions, but this one is about a story about the wolf and the goat and a story called The Fox and His Skin. So that is what the first 3 days of NTI look like this week. On the last day, I gave you a pretty easy one. I gave you guys definitions right here. This is the same definitions, it's just printed twice. And it's definitions that help us learn about poems. So each of these, this word beats, here's its definition, rows of words printed or written across a page or a column. Now, down here, you're simply going to match the word with the definition, fill in the correct blank, and do a fun crossword here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful. I miss you guys so much. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be talking to you real soon. Talk to you later.